Welcome everyone, KD here with a short update about my game Zone World in Pieces. Like always, a short disclaimer at the beginning. This is a game very early in the development. Everything you see here is not final and may change over the course of development. So what I want to talk about is kind of like, I said it a lot, but the main focus right now is to create a demo version everyone can play. The demo version will focus on the combat and the progression system. The part of the progression system you see here right now. And I had to, because in the last weeks I'm really working on the progression system, and this is kind of tracking on a little bit slowly. And there's kind of a reason for that, because there's quite a lot to it. So I had to make kind of like, now, what do I want for the first version of the demo? I say first version because I probably will expand a little bit on the demo version, add a little bit more content to it after I release the first taste of the demo version, before I go then to the main game. Just so I really have everything I want for the main game mechanics, so and that I have can already see how to balance the game and everything like that. So the demo version will be very important for then going further with the main games. And as more as there is for the demo version, as better the start with the main game will be. So, but for the first version of the demo version, I really had to, because this is getting really long to working on the ability system here. I had to cut somewhere, and I said to myself, okay, tier 5 is a good thing to stop. So the thing you see here is right now is, for the demo version, not every ability class will even go to tier 5, but there are a couple of classes, and this is only a part you see here. This was crafting, then we have under improving, and here are all the combat abilities and so on you can learn, and so on. And here not everything is in, but not all of these ability classes will go up to tier 5 for the demo version. Main game will be another thing, but then there were other classes that I could have gone like easy to tier 10, and I just said now tier 5, it has to stop. So I counted all the abilities that I plan right now, and it is over 50 abilities for the first version of the demo, what is already quite decent amount. And I say I have the exact number, but I don't want to say the exact number because this may change. I may make this a decision to say, okay, maybe this ability here I will leave out for a later version or for the main game or so on. So there may be a little bit changes, but let's say around 50 abilities that you can learn in the demo version alone. And yeah, and because I said that, and I still say it, and that's still a promise, is that every ability you learn, it has an effect somehow on the gameplay. So there are no abilities that are only there for the sake to have one more ability. So it is true that some abilities have only small effects. As example, when we go back to crafting, when we look here, then we have as example a hammerhead. So crafting a hammerhead alone won't have really effect, but with this is just an example, but with a hammerhead we can then craft a blacksmith hammer, and with a blacksmith hammer we can then create more stronger weapons and stuff like that. So some abilities have only a small effect, immediate effect when you learn it, but often they will kind of be there for this chain of new abilities you can learn and stuff like that. Because this is quite complicated, because like I said, there are around 50 abilities. This just takes some time to create. So for the main game, then of course tier 5 won't be the end. I don't think tier 10 will be. Sorry, tier 10 will be the end. I think we will go far over tier 10. It will a little bit depend on the classes, on the ability classes. Absolutely crafting part, because there are some smaller things you have to craft, and then kind of with these smaller things you craft some bigger stuff. The crafting part, as example, will go pretty far, and then there are other ability classes that won't go that far. But for the main game, this is only one character alone. One character alone will have far more than 50 ability tiers you can learn, and so on. So more than 50 abilities, not more than 50 ability tiers. That's something, not a promise I want to make right now, but definitely more than 50 abilities, a lot more. And like I said, only for one character, and there will be multiple characters in the game, and so on. Yeah, and that's kind of what I want to say. So that's the plan for the demo version. So I kind of have an end here, because up to this point, I just kind of started with tier 1, kind of went down the list with tier 1, and then I started to kind of, this ability will unlock this ability, and jumped kind of around, and I kind of lost the overview of everything. So I kind of had to take this step back and say, okay, now I have to think about how much do I want in the for the demo version, and the things that I keep out are things that need needs extra assets and stuff like that. But with the 50 abilities you can learn, and most classes have more than one ability you can learn. The most of them have probably around 3 or so. You will get a good feeling what these different abilities mean, these different ability classes, what they mean for the gameplay, and so on. Yeah, and I think with that I want to stop my short update of my game. Thank you for watching.